Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate support. Guys, breaking news out of New York City. Whereas earlier last week, we seen that Daniel Penny had the jury and the judge dismissed the manslaughter charge for his role in the choking situation on the subway train with homeless man Jordan Neely. Now, we covered that story, and I was watching this story, but I never really reported on it because I'll explain that in a second. But anyway, reason why this video is being made, in case you guys haven't seen it, it just came out now. Jordan Neely's accused choker, Daniel Penny, they dropped all the charges. The man walks free. Now, here's the video of a little bit of what's going on right now and the family speaking. Take a look and we'll come back and I'll just give you my honest thoughts.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Manarino in the Pix 7 newsroom, bringing you breaking news at this very hour, and that is Daniel Penny, the Marine veteran who fatally choked Jordan Neely, a homeless man on a subway train. The verdict just came down. He's been found not guilty of criminally negligent homicide. That's just coming in minutes ago. The 12 jurors, 7 women and 5 men, returned to court this morning to deliberate on a lesser charge after the group could not reach a unanimous verdict on that top charge, which was the second-degree manslaughter. So prosecutors argued much of the case that Penny used too much force on Neely, but defense lawyers say that Penny was defending passengers after Neely became irate on that train last year. Penny put his arm around Neely's neck for about 6 minutes. His reaction fueled debate about race relations, not only locally, but across the country, about that, public safety, approaches to the homelessness and mental illness that we are seeing on the streets. So again, just into the newsroom moments ago, Daniel Penny has been found not guilty of criminally negligent homicide in the subway chokehold death of Jordan Neely, which means he has been acquitted. Our James Ford is at the courtroom, and he will have much more throughout the day, both online at Pix11.com, Pix 11 Plus, and then tonight on Pix 11 News beginning at 4 p.m.
We have breaking news. Jordan Neely's family speaking outside court after a jury found Daniel Penny not guilty of criminally negligent homicide in Neely's death on the New York City subway. Let's listen.
Let us know that our lives have value. Jordan Neely was choked to death by someone who didn't care people was telling him to stop. Last week, the jury they couldn't decide on the top charge, but they come back this week and they give up on us. The family's hurt. I promised this family that we would get justice. We're still going to do that. We're going to move forward with our suit. The district attorney did a good job, but the jury in this case let us down. So now here's what we have. We have a call to action, because you have to do something with this anger and with this rage. Our call to action is to take care of each other. We can't rely on outside people. If we see someone asking for food, we have to take the responsibility to give it to them. If we see someone cold, to give them a coat. If we see someone going through something, to ask them if they're okay. That's how we help each other, because we can't rely on the system to do it for us. And clearly, if we get to this point, it's too late. We have to be there for each other, and that's our call to action. Everybody that's pissed off at this verdict, I challenge you to go outside today and help one person. That's my challenge. If you're angry, if you're hurt, go help one person. That's how we beat the system. That's how we turn this around, by being there for each other.
I just want to say, I miss my son. My son didn't have to go through this. I didn't have to go through this either. It hurts. Really, really hurts. What are we going to do, people? What's going to happen to us now? I had enough of this. The system is rigged. Come on, people. Let's do something about this.
Let's do something about it. Too often, we have Eric Garner's mother here. There's too often this is happening where we're left alone in this society. We got to stop that. We have to change how we impact each other. Jordan came on that subway car. The first thing he asked for was food, and he was killed. And the person who killed him was not held responsible. We cannot allow this to keep happening.
I got you. Oh. Look like the police are attacking protesters. Are they? Attacking protesters.
Good morning, everyone. Here we stand once again in front of this unjust system. I stood here 10 years ago because they did not give justice to my son with the chokehold. I fought hard to get the anti-chokehold bill passed, which did pass. But it shouldn't only be for police officers, it should be for civilians also. No one deserves to be choked to death. No one. And you know, we're in that courtroom and people are cheering for the verdict. They made the loudest noise, the judge did nothing. But when his father spoke out, they put him out the courtroom. Is that justice? Or what? We can't allow this to keep going on. We have to fight this system. That's what I had to do. I had to fight to get the little justice that I got. I got one police officer fired. There's more that need to be fired. But I tell this family, do not give up. Because that's what they want you to do. They want to discourage you. Just like they tried to discourage me. But 10 years later, I'm still fighting. And I'm not only fighting for myself, I'm fighting for families like yourself. That's why I have to come out when this injustice is done. If this had been the other way, if your family had murdered this so-called innocent guy now, it would have been a different story. He would have been in jail or would have never came out. But they don't do the same to us. It's two justice systems.
You know that.
And we have to stop this. And the only way that we can stop it is to stand together. Those of us who are against what happened, we have to speak up. We can't treat this just like another news story, not another press conference. We have to speak up, and stand up. So I just say today, we did not get justice once again. And I am saddened. I am truly saddened by the situation because it keeps on happening and no one is standing accountable for their actions.
Guys, that's the news so far. And Daniel Penny released. They dropped the case. Not guilty. He walks. Now, regardless of how anybody thinks about it, the reason why I didn't stay on this case and keep giving updates about it, the trial and stuff like that, I seen two things that let me know this right here was a high likelihood that Daniel Penny was going to not face charges. The first thing is this. They brought all of these different people in, and the way they were talking, it was more of, hey, you know, he had K2 in his system. They went and got his old mental illness records, some of the stuff that he was doing. You know how trial is. They make it look like, you know, you was a bad person and stuff. But two things were shocking to me. First thing they did a few weeks ago, they showed in court a social media post of him standing there with a gun. And if you remember the thing, he was threatening to kill everybody and stuff, regardless if he had a mental illness, psychosis or something. People don't know if you're serious or not. Especially things that worked against this case. the recent subway attacks. I mean, the recent uptick in subway attacks, all this other stuff. Then this happened on the subway train. You know how it is. Things start to stack up against people that ain't got nothing to do with other things just because of history of certain things. I think that's the one thing right there. Some of the social media stuff they showed where it looked like he was violent or they painted him like he was violent. Either way, you heard the family. The father's upset. My heart goes out to the family. I know they feel as though they didn't get justice, but we got to bring up two things. First thing is this. He was alive when the cops got there. He was alive. They keep saying he choked him to death. See, that's what I thought. I thought he died on the train and he was choked out and he killed him. That's why I was like, yo, him and them guys that was holding that man's hands where he couldn't get get his hands around himself should have been locked up. That was my initial thing. But, sitting back and looking at it after the details came out and more stuff, I was like, you know what? I don't think this guy is going to go to jail. And that was just my honest opinion, just from what was shown, the way they presented the case. Him saying, hey, well, look, the guy was threatening people. He was scared. I was scared for my life. Anytime you're put in a position where you feel as though you are scared for your life or there's a definite threat, regardless of somebody crazy or not, because you don't even know when people are crazy. They might do crazy stuff, but you don't know. And it's not up for anybody to decide. I understand the family's hurt. You saw the lady talking. I forgot who she was, but she said everybody needs to be accountable for their actions. Okay. The jury don't have a dog in the fight. They present the facts to the jury. They tell them to be open-minded about it. They made their decision. I understand that, but the part about being accountable for somebody's actions, even if you're not in your right mind, you are still responsible for whatever actions you do, whether you're on or off medication. Another thing I thought that was wild, where I was like, damn, I would have never said that. I think Jordan Neely's one of his family members had said, yeah, I seen him one day and I tried to give him help and he ran away. I was like, I wouldn't have said that during the trial. And I think stuff like that played a part in it. Because one day they said, he said he was, in the trial, they had said something about, Tupac Shakur, he inspired me to talk to the world, and it was just a bunch of stuff, man. But either way, you could see where this was going. Is it right? I don't know. I don't, because I wasn't there. I don't know what's going on in the situation. But I didn't see what made Daniel Penny jump up and then, okay, I'm gonna grab this guy, hold him down. Don't know. But I do know that man is walking free, and regardless of what you say, what you feel, it is what it is, whether it's right or wrong. I don't have a dog in the fight, but I'm just going over what I seen and how I seen this thing curving to where nothing was going to happen to Daniel Penny. And like I said, my prayers and condolences do go out to the family. And Jordan Neely, may he rest in peace. Things happen. But only thing I agree with, but the main thing I agree with them saying the justice system's a joke, it is. But in this case, it wasn't up to them. They presented the facts. The jury decided. What are your thoughts? Leave me a comment and tell me what y'all think, man. You know what I'm saying? If anybody kept up with the case, to me, it seemed like this thing right here was starting to slip away from a conviction for this guy, Daniel Penny. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.